Hello, I'm Jeremy Mahurin from Drawing Closer Ministries. Today, I would like to ask you two questions. First, would you like to unlock the power of God in your life? And second, would you like to draw closer to God than you have ever been before? Well, I believe that I have the answer. I believe that it is found in the secret place. Now, you might be like me and you've heard people talk about the secret place. Maybe it was an evangelist or some other minister talked about the secret place, but you're not really sure what the secret place is or how it's different from your casual prayer life. Well, today, I want to talk about that. What are the differences between the secret place and a casual prayer life? First of all, many Christians miss the power of the secret place because they mistakenly think their prayer life needs no work. They think their prayer life is fine just the way that it is. And maybe it is, but also maybe there's something else out there. Maybe there's something better. Maybe there's something more powerful than you've ever done before. Something that will draw you closer to God. Something that will allow you access to greater power from God, greater blessings. And that's what I have found in the secret place. I liken it to the fact that whenever I was just starting in construction, I had to buy generic, no-name brand tools. They got the job done. It wasn't that we couldn't build a house with them. It's just that they weren't quite as powerful as some of the name brand Milwaukee and DeWalt and Makita tools. And I found that after I was able to purchase some of the nicer tools, it made my job a lot easier because there was more power in those tools. And I think that the secret place is similar whenever it comes to your prayer life. I believe that whenever we get into the secret place, we're just able to find more power, more strength, more peace, more joy. There are so many benefits that come from the secret place. Today I want to talk to you about what the difference is between the secret place and a casual prayer life. First of all, the difference is the purpose with which you do it. For the secret place is very purposeful. It needs to be a set time every day. It needs to be a specific place. It needs to be a place with no distractions. Whereas a casual prayer life can be more willy-nilly. Maybe it's just kind of I like to call it a when I have the time kind of prayer life. Whenever I have a little bit of extra time, that's when I'll talk to God. That's when I'll pray. With the secret place, we do it with a great deal of purpose. We know whenever the day starts what time we're going to spend with God. We know where we're going to do it. We know it's going to be time just with Him. There's a great purpose in the secret place. Secondly, it's easier to skip or just kind of ignore casual prayer life. Whenever you have a set time in the secret place, it's difficult to skip that time because whenever that part of the day comes around, you think about God and you think about the great times that you've had with Him in the secret place. So your mind just naturally gravitates toward the secret place. So then whenever something goes on that maybe would distract you away from it, you're still thinking about spending time with God. So it's much more difficult to skip it. Third, it's easier for the Holy Spirit to change you in the secret place. And the reason is because it facilitates a mutual conversation better than the casual prayer life. I always say casual prayer is like talking on the cell phone during rush hour in Atlanta, Georgia. I remember one time I was hauling a trailer load of horses through Atlanta during rush hour, and I remember how much concentration it took to drive those horses through there. I wasn't really used to the traffic, being a small town guy, and it took a lot of focus and concentration for me to make that happen. And I received a phone call in the middle of rush hour, and I just decided to not even take the call because I knew I needed to focus on driving. Well, can you imagine trying to have an important phone call, driving through rush hour in Atlanta? It's very difficult to have an important phone call. However, that's kind of the place that sometimes we give God in our prayer life. We try to talk to Him while we're driving. We try to talk to Him with people running around us, our kids maybe running around us screaming. We try to do it whenever there's a lot of distractions going on, maybe the TV playing or something. But we don't do it whenever He's the only audience. And it's difficult for us to have mutual communication. You notice I use the word mutual communication. In the secret place, we give God time to speak back to us. It's an opportunity for the Holy Spirit to mentor us. It's not just a time where we go and give God a list of our wants and our desires, although I fully believe in presenting our supplications to God in the secret place. But we do more than that. We give the Holy Spirit time to talk to us. We give God an opportunity to speak back. It's a mutual two-way communication, not just us talking to God. There's a greater intimacy in the secret place. Whenever we get into the secret place, we're able to have a deeper, more intimate relationship with God, because that solitude breeds intimacy. As we're able to get away where God's our only audience, our only focus, we're able to have a more intimate time with Him. I think one of the greatest things I've ever done in my marriage is the fact that me and my wife decided to have a date night just as often as we possibly can. It's a time to get away from our children and just get away, and with no distractions, just talk in the car and go out to a nice dinner and sit across from the table and talk to one another for a while. It's a time just to get away, and that solitude, that time of being together and alone, it makes our relationship, on a deeper level, a more intimate level. Instead of just trying to go over the problems of the day and trying to make sure that all of our bases are covered, we're actually able to have a deep conversation, and that makes our relationship much stronger and much more intimate. There are many more benefits that I have found from spending time in the secret place. Matter of fact, I've outlined 21 of them in my book entitled The Secret Place: Unlocking the Power of the Presence of God. But the one that I have found that exhibits the biggest difference in the secret place and versus a casual prayer life is an increase in revelation. Never have I had revelation explode in my life like it did once I started spending time with God in the secret place. Just taking time to talk to Him about my day and giving Him time to talk back to me has been totally revolutionary in my life. I have seen the amount of revelation that He's given to me just absolutely go through the roof. Since I've learned to have a very purposeful time with Him, go into the secret place, just to be alone with God, just a time to grow more intimate and closer to Him. If you want to draw closer to God, I would invite you today to start spending time in the secret place. If you're still not sure what all of the fuss is about the secret place, visit my website at drawingcloser.org. You can check out our resources, check out my bookstore. We'll be happy to help you learn how to implement the secret place in your daily life, and then how you can draw closer to God. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this video, and God bless you. And may He continue to bless you as you learn to walk closer and closer to Him.